You're watching a movie. Something happens, a reunion, a death, a small act of kindness, and you feel a lump in your throat. Your eyes get hot. They fill with water, and it spills down your cheeks. Crying. It's one of the most ordinary things a person can do. And it is also, as far as we can tell, something that no other animal on the entire planet does. Not one. You're performing a completely unique human behavior, and here's the strangest part. Scientists still aren't fully sure why it exists. Let's get one thing straight first, because it clears up a lot of confusion. You actually have three different kinds of tears. The first are basal tears, the ones always there, keeping your eyes moist. The second are reflex tears, the ones that flood your eyes when you chop an onion or get dust in them. Lots of animals have both of those, they're just plumbing. But the third kind, emotional tears, the ones that come from joy or grief or overwhelm, those appear to be ours and ours alone. And here's a genuinely strange detail. Those emotional tears aren't even chemically the same as the others. When researchers analyze them, emotional tears appear to contain higher levels of certain proteins and stress-related hormones than the basic tears that just keep your eyes wet. In other words, your body seems to brew a special recipe of tear specifically for feelings. And think about the whole cascade that fires when you cry hard. Your breathing catches and stutters. A lump rises in your throat as the muscles there clench. Your face flushes and crumples into a specific, universally recognized shape. Your voice cracks. This isn't a random glitch or a leak. It's a coordinated, full-body performance that evolution appears to have carefully assembled, which only makes the question louder. Why go to all that trouble for something that, on the surface, does absolutely nothing? And that's the mystery. Because emotional tears make no obvious sense. They don't help you see. In fact, they blur your vision. They don't wash out an irritant. They serve no clear physical purpose at all. From a cold evolutionary standpoint, leaking salty water from your eyes when you're sad should be useless, or even a disadvantage, because it briefly blinds you and shows everyone around you that you're distressed. So why would evolution build that in? Why do we cry? The leading answer is beautiful, and it's called the social signaling hypothesis. The idea is that tears are a message. They're a form of communication that works without a single word. When you cry, you are broadcasting, to everyone who can see you, a signal of vulnerability and need. And crucially, it's an honest signal, one that's very hard to fake convincingly. Real tears are difficult to produce on command. So a crying face is a trustworthy announcement. This person genuinely needs help, and it works. Researchers have actually tested this. When people are shown photos of faces with visible tears, and the same faces with the tears digitally removed, something remarkable happens. The tearful faces are judged as more helpless, more in need of support, and more connected to others. And most importantly, seeing the tears makes observers significantly more willing to help. Tears don't just express sadness. They reach into other people and pull out empathy. They are a tool for summoning care. Think about how powerful that is for a species like ours. Humans survive through cooperation. We are not the strongest or the fastest animal. We made it because we band together. We help each other. We form deep social bonds. And crying is a tool built for exactly that. It's a wordless way to say, I am hurting, I need you, that instantly triggers the people around you to move closer, to comfort, to help. There's even evidence that crying together strengthens relationships, because tears reveal sincerity and emotional depth in a way words often can't. But tears don't just work on other people. They also work on you. When scientists study emotional tears, they find something fascinating happening in your own body. A good cry appears to actually reduce your levels of cortisol, the main stress hormone, while triggering the release of your body's natural feel-good chemicals. endorphins and oxytocin, the same ones tied to comfort and bonding. This is why you so often feel genuinely better after crying, lighter, calmer, released. There's a long-standing theory, first proposed by a researcher named William Frey, that tears may even physically carry stress chemicals out of the body. That specific idea is still debated. But what's clear is that crying isn't just an outburst, it's also a reset button. This also helps explain some of crying's stranger quirks, like why we cry when we're happy, at a wedding, a reunion, a moment of overwhelming joy. The tears come anyway, which seems to make no sense at all. Researchers think this may be a kind of emotional pressure valve, that when any feeling gets intense enough, positive or negative, the body reaches for the same release to pull you back toward balance. Crying is also deeply contagious. Watch one person start to cry, and you often feel your own throat tighten, a reflex of raw empathy that quietly binds a group together. And it shows up in every human culture on Earth, without a single exception, which is a strong sign that it isn't learned, it's built in. There are differences, of course. On average, women cry more often than men, which seems to be partly biological. Higher testosterone appears to dampen tears, and partly the weight of a culture that has long and wrongly told boys that crying is something to be ashamed of. So where did this come from? The best guess traces it back to the most helpless creature there is, a human baby. An infant cries to summon its caregiver, to say, "Come here, I need you," before it can speak a single word. And over the long arc of our evolution, that distress signal seems to have followed us up into adulthood and picked up a powerful new visual component along the way. The streaming tears, the trembling lip, the whole language of a face falling apart. We never really stopped crying for our caregivers. We just grew up, and the whole tribe became who we cry to. If you love discovering the hidden reasons behind the things your own body does, subscribe, because I go deep on stuff like this every single week. So the next time you feel your eyes start to sting, and part of you wants to fight it, to hold it back, to not be seen crying, remember what it actually is. It isn't weakness. It's one of the most sophisticated social tools evolution ever gave us. A signal so honest and so powerful that it can reach across a room and physically change how another person feels about you. No other animal can send that signal. Out of every living thing on Earth, we are the only ones who can cry, and it may be one of the most human things we do.